Please, I do have an important information to give you this morning. If you are a bigot and you don't love nature and human beings, avoid my broadcast. Whether you're Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, we don't condone bigots in this channel. As a bigot, you are a terrorist in my eyes. Whether you are Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, I'm not a bigot and I don't tolerate bigots. We don't negotiate with bigots because they are terrorists. Terrorists, they are against the human being. Having said that, let's look at what we are going to discuss today. Two topics. One is what the Vice President said at the United Nations General Assembly, that Palestine needs to have its own state. And the second is Chief of Army Staff Alagbaja has said that 2 million security personnel cannot protect over 200 million Nigerians. So let's start with Lagbaja saying that 2 million security personnel can't protect over 200 million Nigerians. What is my thought? You see, sometimes when we have to jeopardize security, our security system, it comes to this level that we'll be thinking like this. What happens to technology? What happens to technology? What happens to you utilizing the funds that is being allocated to the military or to other security agencies? What happened to enlisting repentant Boko Haram terrorists in the military that at the end of the day will sabotage your efforts? What happened to preferential treatment? You favor a certain region against others. You make the people lose hope in the security system. With the activities of the police, army, and whatever, an average Nigerian would not want to be part of the security system. That is why you don't really get intakes of people who really and genuinely are passionate about joining the military, police, or other force. It is because the reputation of the security system in Nigeria has bastardized that system. When you go to schools, those days, some people want to become police officers, military, join the military, army. But now, parents are discouraging their children who have passion in joining these military formations or the security system in Nigeria because of the reputation that these guys have brought. Or probably they could not manage their media presence, or they could not communicate to Nigerians. Look at what happened in Delta State, where the military went and raided the village because of 15 people were killed by some few people killed soldiers, and you went and you leveled the community. That's a good reputation. Look at what is happening in the southeast. You put roadblocks and you are extorting from Nigerians. Most times we hear stories whereby the soldiers that you have in the military are cooperating with bandits in the forest. And most times you have made it look like a religious thing. What is applicable in the southeast might not be applicable in the southwest, may not be applicable in the south, and would not be applicable in the north. Preferential treatment, ethnicity. If some things happened in the north, it will be overlooked, but if it happened in the south, it will be taken down with full force. Look at how you leveled that village in Delta State. I've forgotten the name of that village. So what is the reputation of the Nigerian military system, of the security system in Nigeria? What's the reputation? You go to the police station and they say bail is free. When we all stand before God, and when God asks you the question, in Nigeria, is bail actually free? Would you be afraid to tell the truth? I've been arrested before, and bail is not actually free. In fact, most times you need to sponsor. If you want to report a station and police is going to facilitate arrest, you need to pay. Most times you need to pay to get the police to work. Maybe the conditions of work is not good for them. Sometimes I don't blame them. But the security system in Nigeria so bastardized. When you look at the police officer, an average police officer, how he's unkept, how he looks stuttered and he's suffering, you don't want to join the system. So with numbers, if we want more than 2 million, people are unwilling to join the police, the security personnel in Nigeria, because it's not something that people would dream of joining, looking at the present condition of security in the country. Now, number 2 is technology. Why not invest in technology? If you really want to secure Nigerians, invest in technology, tech. All of a sudden, every year, billions and billions of naira is going into our security system, into security, but yet we are not seeing it's just happening everywhere. The corruption is just so massive. So massive. This man should have thought about bringing this to the social media, to the limelight, to the media, for people to look at and discuss, because there are some sensible people that will look at it and see that there's a fault here. You need more than ever technology to secure a people. Look at what Israel did to Hezbollah. They were in Israel and they were able to detonate some of their gadgets in Hezbollah, which killed a number of people. That is technology. Israel could just stay in its country and not move an inch and locate a target somewhere else and hit that target. Israel could just naturally stay in its country and win a war. If the Nigerian government can, because I know corruption will not allow them. Corruption will not allow. See, there's one thing about corruption is that if you go to school by corruption, through corrupt money, if you got your degree by corruption, if you start working by corruption, you got promoted by corruption, you join politics, and you are chosen by corruption, you will live by corruption. And corruption will not make you do anything that will benefit the people. We have been making all this noise all these years and nothing changed. That is why, because these guys, they drink, they sleep, they breathe. The air they breathe is corruption. So the solution is not whether they are 2 million is even much if you have technology available, gadgets available, surveillance available. Look at what happened the Abuja Kaduna road. No technology. You could not see the bandits kidnapping people from the train because there's no technology. And somehow, somewhere we heard that monies were allocated for getting surveillance camera. Technology. Invest in technology. Look at the GSS. They can easily track you wherever you are. Doing your broadcast. They can track you with your Gmail, whatever. That technology is making it easy for them. If that technology wasn't there for them to track somebody, it would take them much more personnel to do such. And number 3, compromise. Compromise from the security part, from the security agencies. Look at the allegation that very dark man has laid on one of the security agencies in Nigeria, that a certain man, I will not call her the person woman, a certain man, Bobrisky, was not remanded in a place or in the correctional center. She had to buy her way out. That is what we are hearing. I saw 15 million. I don't want to go into that detail, because that detail is something that people experience most of the time. I've been arrested before, so I had to pay. I did not, it was an accused, but before I would leave the station, I had to pay. If you have money, you can defy the security system in Nigeria. A bandit is accusing a minister of defense. A bandit is accusing a minister of defense. The other time, the soldiers were calling on Bello Tuji to come out if he has mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are calling on you are in your territory. Somebody is holding fortress. Somebody is taking over the territory, and you are the supreme security highest rank in Nigeria, and you are calling on a bandit to come out of them. Just like I want to fight you. I have superiority over you, have all the ammunition, everything. I'm now daring you to come out. You are killing people, you are kidnapping people, you are a threat to the security of Nigeria, you're a terrorist, and I'm telling you, come out now. Is that not stupid? Why don't you move in there and clamp on that guy? If he's giving you sleepless night. Many soldiers have been killed, many of your men have been killed, hundreds of them, if not thousands of them. Somebody is killing them, kidnapping people, threatening communities, making sure that there's food crisis. Farmers are being killed, and you are calling them to just come out, come out. If you know you have sense, come out. I saw the other videos. Some of the soldiers were saying, if not that our guy is not allowing us entering into this bush where you are, if they're going, well, come out. So the compromise is too much. If there's no compromise, naturally, you have people cooperating with the security agencies. But because there's compromise, they see partiality in all they do. They see the communication, the relations between these security agencies and civilians is not palatable at all. That's why nobody wants to even join any of them. They don't see them as, God forbid my child become a police. God forbid my child become an army. God forbid. They don't see it as a career that is worth getting into because of the reputation. And also, what we hear from the news, the compromise of some of these police officers. So the Nigerian army, if they can get rid of corruption, which I believe they cannot, the powers that be are there. People that cabal, they are cabal everywhere. Dangote said he never knew that the cabal in the oil sector is much more deadly than the cabal in the drug cartel. So this cabal, if you can take off the cabal in the Nigerian army that is making sure that things are not going on well, you do. Let's move over to what Shettima said at the United Nations General Assembly. You said Palestine should be given independence. What about Nigeria, where we have Biafran and other nationalities that want to get independence? The other time, Yoruba Nation said that Fulani has killed over 29,000 people. I don't know how true that is, but there are people that are genuinely wanting to leave the state, the Nigerian state. Why are you not giving them the opportunity to do so? Then you are going to a foreign country, to the world center, and they are advocating for Palestine. How would the world leaders start looking at us? How would they start looking at? Well, we don't elect the best of us, so that's why we get what we get. We are getting what we deserve. We don't elect people that really could represent the interest of the Nigerian people. That's why we get what we deserve. Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in custody. You can't put him in a correctional center. You put him in the custody of the DSS. And after all this, you are talking about fairness, justice for the Palestinian. I'm not telling you that you should not have shame. You already it's a shameless thing going before the world and saying such a thing is shameless. The IPOB have come out to genuinely ask, trying to dialogue and everything. You don't want them to leave. They are going to the world stage to say Palestinian. Looking at the atrocities that Palestine has caused on the Israeli people, the mindset, Palestinians cannot be even the neighbor. Who is the closest neighbor? Egypt or Iran cannot even admit Palestinians, refugee, as is needed into their territory. The Muslim world cannot really accommodate Palestine, knowing that there is a terrorist cell in Palestine. I'm not talking about the history, whether 1948 this one came in, that one came in. That is not necessary. What is necessary is that what potential threat does the Palestinian people pose to the world? So someone might say IPOB is a terrorist organization. IPOB is this, IPOB is that. That is your problem. That is your problem. We know the Nigerian factor. We know that everybody go collect. Edo State don't collect. When you start calling the people that are genuinely agitating for a genuine cause that is needed, you see, nobody can agitate or protest against Nigeria now. They have given them the treatment they used to give these agitators before. Nigerians have been given that treatment. Now you see that everybody is keeping quiet. No politician is coming to protest again. Everybody is just silent. Because what is being meted out to the IPOB or the Biafran agitators and other agitators has been meted out on Nigerians equally. So they are not seeing any reason to coming out. Dollar is 1,609 something naira. Nobody is coming out. Nobody is even interested in whatever is happening. Nobody. Everybody's just relaxing where he is and doing nothing. The only agitation that is standing now is the Biafran agitation. No other body. Shode is trying to come up with the October 1st protests. The Nigerians are uninterested. If you are looking at the body language, Nigerians are uninterested. The Igbos have said we are not going to be part of any protest whatsoever. Any protest whatsoever. We are not going to be part of it. Nothing can stop the Igbos of joining any protest. Their focus is on let there be equity and justice. If the government cannot provide, let everybody restructure. That is what is on ground. So if Shettima can go to the world stage and say such a thing, it shows the double standard of the Nigerian government. Double standard. We have tried all we can. Dialogue, all we can. We have not been a threat to anybody. The government has also been accused of even making sure that there's insecurity in the regime, in the region of the Southeast, so as to nail the IPOB as people that are causing havoc. They have been accused of sponsoring elements to destabilize the Southeast. So it is government that is deliberately doing what it is doing to make sure that a place is insecure. Look at what's happening with the Nigerian army. A bandit accusing Minister of Defense. The Minister of Defense involved in banditry in the country that is going out to call for justice and fairness. The governor of the state is accusing the former governor of harboring bandits. The vice president, at one time, is a notorious bandit, was seen, or Boko Haram member, was seen in his house. The same president is going out to fight for Hamas terrorist group that is bent on unaliving the majority of Israelis, making sure that they don't exist. That is one of their motto. They don't exist on the surface of the earth. It is hypocritical of the federal government, of this government, to think that Biafra don't need its freedom much more as Palestine needs its own freedom, as they are advocating all over the world. You see, everybody go collect. This life today, everybody go collect woto, whether you like it or not. If you like, don't restructure your mind, your brain, your brain cell, to fight for freedom and what is right. And you die fighting for what is right. Because if you die fighting for being on the wrong side, when you get over to the upper above, whether you believe or you don't believe, we are not going to be spending our lives here forever. Believe it or not, you have a spirit, you have a soul, and that soul lives forever. So it is a test. We are here like a test. Whatever we do here is going to be accounted for us whenever we get beyond. So I can live 80 years highest, but what am I going to be doing in eternity? More than 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So how would I stand for what is evil and have the conscience to be saying, to be eating or sleeping? Because some people, they just support evil and they can sleep at night. I just don't understand. And I'm repeating it again. If you are a bigot, if you don't like injustice, fairness, please don't watch my broadcast. It is not for you. I'm not doing this broadcast for you. I want to open the eyes of people to the realities that we are all facing so that they can get prepared. I hate bigots with all passion. Sometimes I don't. If you say I'm an Igbo guy, I don't really behave like an Igbo guy. If you know me personally very well, one of the reasons I started doing broadcasts is because I've seen so many things and it's unpalatable. The government is not really interested. Look at how it has become official that some government officials are taking on the Igbo people and trying to make them look evil. There's evil in every society, in every tribe. We know that Igbo people are going out doing all sorts of things, but that is not how to solve the situation. We know that some people are just loud mouths. They can make mouth. But since you're a government, you know how to manage some things. But when the government official is involved in bigotry against the people, selective judgment against the people, how do you see it? It is not my fault I'm an Igbo man. It's not my fault. So that's why I'm doing this broadcast, make sure that we get it straight, we get it right. You as a bigot, Igbo bigot, Yoruba bigot, Hausa bigot, Fulani, anybody, please, if my broadcast is offending you, please avoid it. It is not by force. You don't need to even be in my broadcast. You understand? So let the Nigerian government look at equity and justice in their hands. If they want Palestine to be free, let them also fight for Biafra or allow Biafra. First, release Mazen Kanu, restore peace in the southeast, and call for a dialogue or call for a referendum and allow Biafra to be free. Then the world will take us serious.